Hello, my name is Michelle McCollier, and you are listening to the story blog Travelogue of a Raven. This episode, I will be reading Day 3, The Last Battle. You can catch more of this story at the website kingdomsandcurses.com. Thank you, and enjoy the story. Ottawa? What a grand damn mess. Why would anyone ever live in Ottawa? Those idiots founded their town in a waterless sinkhole between three mountains. Idiots deserve to have their town destroyed. Who would ever fight for a place like this? I heard they declared peace because nobody was left to fight. All three armies annihilated each other over a place like this. Idiots. Though some call us lesser names, we call ourselves ravens. Should a noble or highborn warrior fall, for a fee, a raven will ensure that a body returns home. The Deathmire of Ottawa should have been a raven's dream. For every warrior left standing, dozens lay dead, piled together in towers and walls taller than most men. Makeshift barriers thrown together between flights of arrows and desperate chargers. Yeah, Ottawa could have been a raven's dream, but I arrived a day too late. I passed several ravens on their way out. Their carts were loaded down with bodies of the wealthy, the real trophies, piled so high the oxen's hooves kept sliding, clacking about on the rocks, trying to get enough traction to tug their heavy carts over the ridge. Those ravens who left early, they were the lucky ones. The nobility screwed the rest of us. Once they rested and no longer were required to fight, many of the remaining warriors opted to personally take home bodies of their fallen companions, leaving us with the remaining nobodies. What work is there for a raven after peace? By the time I arrived, the merchant scavengers had already disassembled the barricades of bodies and took everything of value. And those holy men from the spiritual kingdom, I like to call them blessies. They didn't even have time to honor the dead yet. It's tough to return a body without heirlooms. You rarely get payment from the receiving house, and you're lucky if the house doesn't accuse you of looting the dead yourself. I was nearly hung for that once, although I'm glad I didn't have to guard any bodies against the merchant scavengers this time. They called it peace, but I saw more brawls between peasants than I had ever seen. Only a few hours of peace passed before the blessies and the scavengers just started their second brawl. Oh man. Those merchant scavengers snatched an heirloom off some legendary bowman of the spiritual kingdom. Psh, ruthless. I guess the blessies don't have war scavengers. In fact, I hear the blessies don't even get payment for their work. No gold, no loot, nothing. Dude, how do they eat without gold? And then you pit them against the merchant scavengers who, would sell their children for gold. It was better than a bear fight. Oh, man. They expected us all to joke it up with each other, the nobility, those ravens and hussies from the other kingdom, as if we didn't just jab at one another with broken bones and branches and cooking pots. As if we didn't just fight each other for the last 40 years. Call that peace, huh? Pfft. Idiots. Even with the few of us alive, we were all starving. There was no food. You'd walk for 2 days before you'd even see a squirrel to roast. Every cricket had been caught. I'd awakened to the silence of rotting bodies. There wasn't even a frog chirp to lull me back to sleep. I I was so screwed. I was screwed. You see, but luck kissed me on the cheek as I shoveled through what bodies I could in the field, looking for marks of nobility. You know, the missing ring fingers, empty jewel studs in the armor and such. A former commission recognized me and ordered me to the royal tents. I nearly shat myself. I thought they had changed the rules of conduct on me again, you know, new king and all. I thought somehow I'd broken the law, but, you know, instead they promoted me. Lucky me. You see, my talents extend beyond the average raven. I can write. In my glory days, some called me the legacy liar. I wrote valiant death scrolls for commissions, enshrining those noble deaths and brave deeds in ink, ensuring the death's legacy for future generations. I'd return those scrolls home with a valiant body, and I was set. I'm top of the line, best of my profession, and a much better prose writer than that bastard Sam. You know, he disgraces my profession with lies. I at least try to uncover the truth of a death and question the witnesses first before giving that, you know, air of honor. I can't always do it, though, especially when, you know, everybody's dead. So they gave me a title. Imagine me, a royal scribe. Well, apparently their former royal scribe, you know, got swept up in the vigor of avenging our former dead king. Well, he actually thought, you know, he's a scribe, he actually thought he could do so, and ended up beneath a pile of bodies. So, now I have his title. Listen to this. The Royal Record Keeper for Nowist. I am to relinquish the title once I've finished work here, of course. We'll see about that. Thus far, I've recorded several warrior deaths from the grand houses, you know, the families who rule whole regions of the kingdom. If I can remember them properly, I can duplicate the stories for those noble families too. It'll be a bit rough, trying to deliver scrolls without a body, but, you know, it's all the work I've got. Well, maybe the king can put his seal on my scrolls. Then I could live easy for maybe 2 years. I don't know, if I'm good at keeping my money. And, you know, perhaps the new king for Nowist will need some more scribe work after that. Who knows? We'll just have to see. Until next time. You can catch more of the story at the website kingdomsandcurses.com.